Hi, everyone. I'm Dr. Linda Matteoli, and I help physicians create and launch their ideal dream practice. So, today we're going to talk about value, how to create value within your unique practice, as well as how to convey it to a prospective patient. So, when we enter the world of entrepreneurial physician ownership of your practice, what entrepreneurs do is we solve problems. And I am going to kind of keep going back to this because as we create and convey value, we do that by our unique way of solving problems. So, in an effort for me to come to always be reevaluating my businesses and how I'm helping my clients and patients, so with both Origins Functional Medicine as well as Origins Incubator, I'm always reevaluating like how can I do this better? How can I help them achieve their goals in a more efficient manner? And so, in my research of just educating myself, I came across this gentleman, Alex Hormozi. He wrote the book $100 Million Offers. And in it, he has this really beautiful value equation that has been extremely helpful to me. I mean, I have it on my desk when I'm reevaluating my businesses because it's just been that helpful. So, I'm going to share it with you and we're going to walk through it. And I hope it provides you value. All right, so this is how it works. Okay, let's make sure you can see this. All right, so at the top we have value equals, okay, we have dream outcome times perceived likelihood of achievement over time delay and times effort and sacrifice. Okay, so let's talk about what he means by each of these, and then let's go through a scenario on how you can apply it within your own practice. As you're, even if you've been in practice for a while or you're just starting out, it'll really help you kind of focus on what you're doing. So the first one, their dream outcome. We really want patients to connect to, and you need to be aware of why they're doing this. Like, why did they reach out to you? Why did they reach out to your practice? What are they trying to achieve? And as doctors, I think sometimes we think of, well, we're trying to get their A1C within a healthy range, or we're trying to reduce the blood pressure, or we're trying to help them with their fatigue or their IBS symptoms. But why? Like, why do we want that for them, and why does the patient want it? And we really should encourage them early on in our relationship with them, because we typically know our patients very well, especially if we're having a cash-based membership practice, such as the one that I teach, where we see them for about 60 to 90 minutes each time. We really want to know why they want to feel better. Why do they want to be healthier? Is it because they want to have more energy with their kids? Is it because they have a personal goal of hiking a mountain or running a marathon? Like, take it one step further than better lab values, or decreasing the disease and things like that. So connect with their dream outcome, repeat it back to them in their own words, and put it somewhere in the chart where you can kind of remind them of their why as they go through this journey with you. The next piece is perceived likelihood of achievement. So anytime that we are encouraging a patient to make any sort of behavioral lifestyle changes, there's things that they're going to have to do. They're going to have to put in time, and they're going to have to put in effort and sacrifice, right, to achieve these goals. So we've all been there where we're trying to motivate and help these patients kind of achieve what they came to achieve. But they always have there's always problems that come with that, and that's totally normal. Like, it's not a reflection on you or the patient or whatever. There's always barriers, there's always problems. So what I encourage you to do is periodically, especially in the beginning when you're building your practice, start to think about the problems and the barriers that your ideal client might run into. So if I'm helping out women predominantly in their 40s, 50s, that period of their life where they're typically extremely busy, and and I'm helping them with like fatigue, insomnia, brain fog, IBS, kind of all of that constellation of symptoms that a lot of people experience. I might really think about what what they tell me, why they tell me that they can't do the thing that I'm telling them to do. So it might be an issue with time. It might be an issue with they don't cook. Like some patients will say, I don't cook. It's like, okay, let's talk about that. It might be an issue where their family eats different. Um, it might be an issue where they feel like their friends and family won't accept the new lifestyle, and they need to kind of understand how to manage that. And there might be an issue of just motivation for movement. They don't enjoy it. They might forget to order their supplements, so they kind of just fall off. If supplements is part of your plan, and say they're iron deficient or vitamin D or B12 deficient, that is going to play a huge role in their fatigue and their immune health. And if they can't remember to take their supplements, or if they forget to order them, that's a barrier, that's a problem in them achieving their goals. So you start to just kind of list everything that this potential patient, or you could have a patient in mind, might say that's a problem for them, when you're trying to motivate them to do the things that they need to do to achieve their dream outcome. So then you take it a step further and you start to list things. You need to list your solutions. So this is what Alex kind of teaches, and it's so super helpful. So with regards to nutrition, you might have a template for them for family-friendly meals for under 20 minutes. You might have a grocery list for them. You might have, like if you have a pantry overhaul kind of situation, you might have a Thrive Market link where they have a cart that's preloaded with all of the pantry staples that you would recommend. So, in that, like we're really trying to decrease the time delay and the effort and sacrifice, right? Same with supplements. Like in my appointments, I always have my supplement warehouse link open when we're finalizing their plan, and I upload each individual supplement. So it's just in their cart. They can see it. We can discuss price if that's an issue for them, because we always need to be cognizant of that. And then they just click one button and it's ordered, and they know that it's exactly what I want. So I'm not making them search for the thing and make sure they get the right one. And then I always create a supplement tracker where I tell them exactly what time of day I want them to have each one, like upon rising, breakfast, lunch, mid-afternoon, dinner, before bed. And I'm very clear about when I want them to take each one. And I just say, put it up on the fridge and just follow it. So you go down your list, and so maybe when it comes to, they're worried about their family and friends accepting their new lifestyle, maybe you have a therapist on board that they can speak with, and maybe that's a one-on-one that's included. That's what I did. Or maybe it's more of a group visit setting where you kind of talk about these things that come up within your life. Like we all don't exist in a vacuum, and how can we move through those times? And as you're discussing this with the prospective patient, in their head, you're increasing their perceived likelihood of achievement, because you're like, these are the problems that I've seen occur. These are the solutions that I have built into my practice. Let me tell you about them. Let me tell you how they can be helpful for you. So just kind of going down that list, including your health coach, and maybe you have pre-recorded videos. Maybe you have, like I said, group visits, or just things that make it easier for them to do the things that they need to do to have their dream outcome. So it's really important that you kind of really list out the things that you have there. And I mean, even just having 60-minute appointments is super helpful, because then patients feel like they're heard, they have time to actually unload all of their concerns, all of that. So when it comes to time, delay, and effort and sacrifice, we want to be decreasing this. And an example of this is, think of somebody trying to lose weight. Maybe somebody wants to lose like 50 pounds, okay? They can join a gym and they can cook healthy, and maybe that'll cost them like $50 a month for about like 6-7 months. Alternatively, what if we offered this person one pill for $10,000? They would take the pill, the 50 pounds would melt away. How many people would choose which one, right? Like a good amount of people might choose the more expensive version because the time delay and the effort and sacrifice are near zero. Now, that's an extreme example and it obviously doesn't exist. But the idea is that people associate a lot of value and they pay according to value based on these two things being closer to zero. I mean, think of Amazon, right? Like Amazon, it's basically zero effort to order something. It's on your phone, it's on an app, you just order it right away, and the time delay, you got 2 days prime. So that's a good example of that as well. So when you're conveying your practice to a potential patient, you can say, with the advanced testing I do, so say somebody has IBS, with the advanced testing I do, we really get to the root cause of this. We're doing a stool analysis or we're doing an organic acid test, and I have this data right away, so I can really efficiently pinpoint the imbalances you have. And then I lay out an extremely clear plan for you to follow so you can get your body back in balance. So you're conveying these things, you're reminding them of their dream outcome, their why, like right away. As you're explaining your practice and what makes it unique, you're talking about their perceived likelihood of achievement. So you're supporting them in ways that they're thinking, oh, that'll really help me. Oh, I really need that. Okay, like this is doable. Now their dream outcome is becoming within reach. And your interventions that you're doing are efficient, are creating like an efficiency, and it's decreasing their effort and sacrifice. So just things to kind of think about as you're reevaluating your practice and as you're talking to patients. This equation that Alex developed, I think, has been really instrumental for me. I'm in the process of kind of just reviewing a lot of things with my own businesses, just because, at the end of the day, we're in it for people to achieve whatever goals that they want to achieve. And we need to do it in a way that is really impactful, that provides a lot of value. So you can feel really, really good about what you're doing. And you can just kind of be very proud of yourself and just head and shoulders above what other people are offering. And so then that just kind of rises everybody up. So I hope this was helpful. Please reach out with any questions and concerns, and we'll see you next time.